Yo, all right. I guess we are live. There's already 8 people here. What do you guys think? So, wait. Before I start asking you guys questions, how was everyone's weekend? Did we get to ride? Um, did you guys have a good weekend? I rode all day yesterday, and it was exhausting. I forgot what sunburn was like, and like I complain about it every weekend, and then I forget, and then I get sunburn again, and it just keeps happening. So. Um, dude, we got everyone in here right now. Sean says to turn on the lights. I don't know. Wait, this one. Sean, you got to give me a good idea, guys. So Sean hates the picture of the pizza. Sean thinks we need a different picture. What do you guys think should be the new caption? The new picture. All right, this is as good as it gets. So Uriza, is that how you say it? Oh, Blake was asking about G turns. First, I got to shouts out everyone that's in here, and I'm just leaving all the moderators from the last Sunday that we did, and then we'll add a few more if there's anyone like Skylar. Skylar is one of the first people in here, but um, Rogue likes the pizza. Hayden got to ride every day this weekend. Um, yeah, it's spring now, right? So everyone's able to start getting on the bike. And Rodney and I were talking a little bit about bike school earlier. He's asking when all the videos were done. But so far he's enjoying it. And that's so exciting to hear. It was cool to see Jay of our members post in there. I finally figured out how to click tables. And it's book group with everyone. And then Rodney right away threw $5 at us. Thank you, Rodney. I appreciate it, man. Okay, so we got Lucas in here. We got Skylar who broke his cranks, and he says he's never buying Rant again. That's the thing. I always try and stress that with the reviews is like, look, Rant cranks are like say 60, $70. Odyssey cranks are $200. Why is there that difference? There's obviously they don't have the same amount of quality, and they're gonna last for a little bit. Like I'll ride parts like that just to get me by, but when like if it's something that I need longevity, only go brand name. Only go brand name. Pierce, what's up, Pierce? We're gonna give you the moderator too. We got Blake in here. Blake was talking about Linda Vista, and when I was over there, Blake. So I think we have God, there's a handful of guys that hang out in this community that are from San Diego, so that would be sick. I went to Linda Vista with Nick when we were finishing the rest of the filming for Bike School, and I ended up running into Kevin Peraza, and they were filming a thing for the Ultimate Shred League. They're filming a USL video, and it was really cool. I think I was telling you guys about it on one of the other lives, where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do can to feeble to no footed can." And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. We also Pierce said he got a friend to join live. That is exciting, Pierce. Good work. We got Eurizzi who says hi, happy face. All right, I think that's all that I've seen in the chat so far. We've got Sean. Sean, like I said, hated the pizza picture. Sean, I love Sean because he always gives me good feedback. Like the last podcast, so I'm gonna have to talk about it in this upcoming podcast. Was it? I think I said something about Ride, that movie, and I said that it was about the guy that started Haro, and it's definitely not. And Sean, like right away, right? I posted it. He's like, the movie's not about that guy, and I was like, oh, you're right, you're right. So it's good to have someone like Sean always correcting me, even if it's with a little bit of attitude. I really appreciate it because, like I said, I'm trying to make this the best I can for everybody involved. So if you guys have any corrections for me, throw them at me. My feelings do not get hurt, and it just makes it all better. So speaking of Sean, I wanted to say, Sean, this just directly to Sean, or you guys, I guess, everyone here. What's up, Jacob? I see Jacob popped in. I wanted to ask about the Brant Moore video. So, how many of you guys watch Brant Moore? I've watched a couple of his things. I hadn't before until I saw the stacked uh Brant writing for Stack now, because this is interesting. I'm a conspiracy theorist about this. But I see Sean in the comments. So Brant puts out, I watched some stuff. Brant puts out really good quality videos. And like I really aim to have the amount of in-depthness and stuff that Brant does. What's up, Jeff? Jeff just built a mini ramp, sent me some pictures. It looks sick. There looks like there's a roof gap there. But anyway, guys, back to that. How many of you guys watch Brant Moore? What do you guys think about it? I think he is killing it, and I think the stacked dynamic is interesting. I'm not going to speculate on it, because what is this? You guys, can you see this cord over here just chilling? But yeah, no, okay. So Jacob Brandt's how-tos are amazing. I've never watched his how-tos. I watched his a couple of his, like, I guess, are they even podcasts where he interviews other riders? I don't know if they're podcasts or not. Rogue Slinky says Brant knows what he's doing. That's for sure. His writing else that I think is crazy. He's it's like it's not crazy writing, but in the same sense, it's absolutely mind blowing. Does that make sense? It's really fun to watch. So it's really interesting to see where this Brant Bike Shop sponsorship partnership type thing goes. In I was looking at because to me, where I'm taking the channel is going to be very similar to Brant. Hopefully, I mean, like you guys know, the mission is to get a million people into the sport by helping them understand the sport and everything like that. So that's where I'm going with it. And I think what Brant's doing falls directly in line with that, even though it's not necessarily a defined mission. He's doing great work with it. But damn, I was going on a good train of thought there and I lost it. But oh, no, it's gone. Anyway, that's crazy. Anyway, guys, eat your vegetables and Sean, I read your comment right when it came in. I like it, Sean. Um, I talk about this. So I'm 24, and oh, that's where I was going with it. Hold on, back to what Sean was saying. Um, but Brant has 2,000 uploads on YouTube, 2,000. And I'm right at about 200. And some of those include shorts, which that's a controversial topic for some of you guys, I'm sure. But shorts is a great way to grow your channel. You can't change my mind. So when I get to 2,000 uploads, one, kudos to Brant for putting out high quality stuff, but also huge quantities of stuff. That is, when you're a content creator, you have to decide, am I putting out something really high quality or am I putting out a lot of them? Because if you put out something really high quality, you're spending a ridiculous amount of time editing. So, like my podcast, I just talk for 30 minutes straight. I cut up a few things and that is it. And with that, I say dumb things. Like I was trying to say Dan's comp was in Indianapolis, and like I'm watching it back, I'm like, you idiot. That's like, but I just do that, right? And so if you want to have the really high quality stuff, you gotta do your research, you gotta plan it out. So I want to take it to that level eventually. 2000, yeah, Kylo, we're talking about Brant Moore. 2,000 videos at that same level of quality. And I think once I can get there, I mean, like I always say, we're gonna hit 10K by September, no doubt. So 25K is where Brant's at. 2,000 uploads though, like that he should get an award. That is insane, and I love what he's doing for BMX. It's crazy. But what Sean was saying, I was talking about this a lot. Like I'm 24 and I talk about it with my grandpa. Like people my age are incapable of one, taking feedback, and two, having an actual conversation. And I've been that way before. So it's really hard for me to, like, when I get feedback, obviously it hits me negative at first. And then I look at it with a bigger picture and I'm like, look, that's like, someone's opinion is never wrong because that's how they feel in the moment. So that, like, opinions can't be wrong to that person at the moment. And so it's really cool to kind of separate that. And then the reason this is where it is today, everything is from taking that negative feedback and adjusting it and making changes. So Sean, like I said, never never feel bad throwing out some feedback, man. I'm gonna drink some water. Blake says, bro, the CrossFit to whip was crazy. Uh, Blake, it took me about 5 tries, but I've landed it before a few years ago in Montana. The hardest part is going at the quarter with enough speed and then crossing your feet before you hit the quarter. Imagine you're going that fast, you cross your feet and miss your pedals. That's a funny way to crash. Um, I just burped. But dude, I was really hyped on that clip. I got a few good clips this weekend I'm gonna post. Hop whips. For some reason, I've gotten way better at hop whips. It's like I can just spring and whip it and catch it, and it's exciting. I think it's all the the workout. Like I always talk to you guys about working out and using that with BMX, and I can notice a huge difference in my riding. But if you guys have any questions, start throwing those in. I'm gonna kind of scroll through some of the chats that are in there so far. But I'm gonna drink water and then I'll start popping off some questions. And yeah, guys, happy Sunday. I love this live. I worked all weekend and I got off. I ate some food. I showered real quick. And now we're here doing my favorite part time job, hanging out with you guys. Oh, yeah. So everyone tell Blake congrats. He got a G turn. So I do a lot of G turn threes. They're so fun to just lock into. So Blake is halfway there. Congrats, Blake. Aiden, we have the hop bar video in bike school and you missed out on the pre-sale. No, let's see. So for hop bars, do you just have to full send or let them fly out first? It depends. So I have that BMX coaching thing that I do also. You know, you pay the subscription, you can like FaceTime me or whatever. And the one kid that wanted to learn bars, he wanted to learn them fly out. So I gave him tips on it fly out. And the biggest thing with that is you have to actually throw it. Like if you're not actually throwing it, you don't want it bad enough to learn it. And then once you start throwing it, you can like I can give you feedback on that about what you're doing wrong from there. I learned them fly out first because I didn't feel like I had enough time on the hop to throw it and get it around. Now, I know tons and tons of people who learn it first hop and they just hop and flick it really fast. They land it. Ren, the kid in the coaching, that's how he learned it. He just hop up, flick it, and he landed it. And I was like, what? So, so then he's able to take it from there to doing it out of a quarter. So I'm not sure where you're at with them, Aiden. Everyone wants to learn bars, but a lot of times getting more basic foundational things will help out with that in the long run. I'm always amazed by your clips, Aiden, because you're such a small guy and you're still able to like 180 and do tricks like that with that bike. And that is something that's very hard for smaller people to maneuver and manipulate the bike like that. So work on bars, man. I'm hyped for you. I will be watching for these I'm just reading Sean's comment right now. Your Uriaza says I took a complete Sabrosa Tyro XL and put a Sunday Discovery frame on it, Odyssey R32 forks, and some other little things. Took a bike that's like definitely beginner level and you turned it into something pretty beastly. That's exciting. You got to send me a picture on Instagram. I'd be hyped to see it. Pierce listened to a couple of the podcasts and he says they are great. Sometimes there's a little bit of misinformation because I'm just going off the top of my head. And I, to me, I know what I'm talking about. And then I say it and I'm like I just mixed something up. You know what I mean? It's so funny. But I'll always correct it on the next episode, guys. This last podcast, it's funny because the video version is what titled "Gay BMX Rider" something something something, and like just because of that, it got way more views than it normally does, and that's kind of annoying because it's really the same thing. I'm going to talk about Corey Walsh again in this upcoming podcast because I watched his Unclicked episode with Dennis and is it Ryan? But that's a really good, well, it's an okay watch. I don't know. He kind of just says the same thing over and over, but there are some really good stories in it and it's interesting. So I'm going to tie it into his progression as a rider. This is just my opinion, but has to be correlated to the uneasiness he felt inside himself. Like I always say, for a lot of us, we get into the sport, we progress ourselves because we just want to get away from something. We want to separate ourselves from something and put all that anger, stress, energy into riding a bike. And I have a sneaky feeling that for Corey, that's kind of what it was, but he didn't know it at the time. He says in the podcast that he knew he was gay like 6 years ago, but he didn't actually figure it out until like a year ago. So I'm not sure how that makes sense, but that would tie into his rapid progression over the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, Hayden, definitely check out Brant's videos. He is great. I think he puts out a new video literally every single day. I have no idea how he does that. And I'm trying to figure that out. So if you guys find out, you let me know how to do that. I have a hard time with 4 or 5 videos a week or 3 videos. I saw Kylo pop back in. Kylo, what is up, man? You were a good homie to have here on that last live. I can't remember which one it was, but Noxious A Trap. I remember you from the last live too. He says, "Do y'all know of integrated and standard headsets only fit on specific bikes? Because I don't know what type of headset my bike uses." Um, any bike I've ever had has been integrated. The what I understand about standard, somebody who knows more, correct me if I'm wrong, but the head tube is just like literally it's just a tube, and then the bearing cups are pressed into the tube. So I don't they might be interchangeable, but you're gonna have to pop out the cups out of the head tube and then repress them back in. Most frames are going to be integrated if the bike's over like I don't know, I'd say over 300 bucks. I think some of the lower end, like the lowest end Sunday, the lowest end Kink are standard headsets, but pretty much 80% of BMX bikes that you buy are going to be integrated. And if they're integrated, all you have to do is just buy integrated bearings, take off your stem, take off your forks, and then pull out the bearings, put in the new bearings. It's so easy to work on. Hmm. Yuri says, "Do you know if any bike shops will cut BMX forks? I just got my Odyssey R32s and I need them cut." I have no idea. I've never even messed with that. Usually, what I do is I get more spacers. If I would have needed my forks cut, I'll just get more spacers and run a taller standover. So you could order spacers or just go and ask the bike shop, say, "Hey, will you guys cut these forks? If not, ask them if they have some spacers they can put on there for you." And that will help you out a lot. What I feel like you just need them cut because they're too like, yeah, because the stack, what is it? Whatever. The bro, guys, my brain is not working today. Anyway, get some headset spacers if you think you need them cut because you can't get everything to fit right. But if that feels too tall, I guess cut them. I wouldn't really, I don't know. Some things are meant to be cut, like some bars have spots for them to be cut. But generally, if something isn't made to be cut, like it's kind of sketchy to cut it. Does that make sense? You could do more harm than good. Zerk, what is up, Zerk? Oh, I skipped down to a comment that said we can't hear. When I film the videos, I turn down the gain on the camera because I can adjust it in post, and then it's a lot cleaner. But for the lives, I have to crank it up. And sorry about that. If you guys couldn't hear me, sometimes I talk quiet, but this should be better, huh? Is this better? We see Dallas in here. Oh, so many people in here. Guys, I'm always way up here reading comments. Guys, look at my elbow. Can you even see it? Looks like beef jerky. Ugh. So if you guys saw my Instagram, I posted it. It looked like my bone was popping out, even though it wasn't. But at my park here in Cruces, I like to just do a really fast lap. So I'll drop in and just go as fast as I can. Okay. So I'm going ridiculously fast. And I pop up. We have like this nipple type thing that carves around, and I pop up and I go into that berm, concrete berm, and there's a skater up there. And for whatever reason, he just rolled in, and and I could see him start to twitch, but I was already going. And by the time he rolled in, I was like right here. So he kind of rolled into me, but like we had this cross collision, and he went straight over all the way to flat. I just kind of got bucked over onto my shoulder. And should he have looked before he dropped in? I think so, but it's okay. I get it. Stuff happens, and I wasn't mad about it. It kind of definitely hurt my elbow, but that's crazy. So you guys be careful out there if you're going fast. You never know what might happen. Sean, don't leave the 20-inch world. Stay on that 20-inch. What's up, Pierce? This is so cool to see. Rodney says, I've been trying 180 fakie. I've been doing okay. My back rim has been taking a beating. One pinch flat. Happy with the We the People crisis. And then Kylo says, good luck, bro. I'm still working on that trick. I think the crisis is double wall. Rodney, did you watch? Is the hold on. I gotta go look at bike school and see if the see if the 180 videos on there or not. I can't remember. If if it's not Rodney, like that's one I know I finished for sure, and I'm gonna upload very very soon. I just here's the deal with those is like they're in 4K, so they're really high quality, and teachable sucks with dealing with that high quality. So it's like a whole day project just to get some videos uploaded. But Rodney, if that's not in there already, like it's gonna be in there very soon, and it's really helpful. So that one's going to be very helpful for you. Here, let's see. Oh yeah, okay, that one's in there then. Yeah. Jeff, you got to tell us about that half pipe, man. Did you rip I I replied to it when I finally had a chance. Did you get back to me yet or no? What's up, Salvador? How's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Guys, we so Salvador, I had somebody else, this guy named Frank on Instagram reach out to me because his cinema hub blew up. And I said, oh my God, this Salvador is telling me same thing, you know? And so like I've had a handful of people with that issue, Salvador. And I think what Frank said is that they are aware of the issue, but they don't necessarily have a fix for it. So, dude, how is the shadow cassette? Is that what Dan sent you? Dude, hope all's well over there. Glad to see you in here. We're talking about Sean's talking about old man punch people and going to jail, but Blake said he can't go to jail because he's only 16. That's funny. Wait, I missed some good comments here. I got to roll back up. You guys know how oh, Yerzy sent me that bike build on Instagram. Sick. Um, You guys know with these, I have to give full attention to all these questions. That is the whole point of the live. So all right, all right. I was just reading up some things. There's no comments. There's a lot of good conversation going on here. But well, I saw a good question. I got to go back to it. Okay, it was bypaths. Bypaths, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a few lives. He says, got any tips for taking off a rounded bolt? My wheel is crooked and I can't loosen my stem. Dude, that sucks. So here's the thing. This is a problem for a lot of people. I'm the same way. Usually what I would do if I needed to loosen anything on my bike is I just find an Allen key that looked okay and I just stuff Allen keys in there until one kind of fit and then I'd make it work. And if you're talking about rounded out, like you stripped it out on the inside, then this is a it can be a big problem. There's a couple things that you should try. One, try with the correct size. If it's so stripped out that the correct size, it should be a 6 millimeter, not 3/4, not 5/8, like 6 millimeter. It has to say millimeter. Put it in there and see if it works. If it does not work, if it's that stripped out, try a 6.5. You might have to hammer it in, but you can like hammer it in and just one that's a little bit bigger. Hammer it in, make sure it's good hammered in because if it's only half hammered in, then it's going to strip again, but get it in all the way and then try that. If that doesn't work, you can get some they're what are they called? T-bolts, guys? Like T35 maybe. They're different sizes. They're for like, I don't know, seat belts and stuff. Oh, Torx bits. Yeah, okay, Torx bits. Maybe you have some Torx bits and they are I'll just here, I'm gonna send an Amazon link to one. I don't know what size you need, but these Torx bits, you can generally hammer a decent sized one into your stripped out bolt. And again, it's the same thing. Hammer it in there, okay, and then you can loosen it that way. If that still doesn't work, you're going to need to drill it out, and this is not really that fun because you need to get a drill, you need to get a bit, and then you just drill it through the center and it pops, it relieves the pressure on that bolt, and then you can kind of unscrew it. So those are your three bets, none of which are really fun. So that's why you always got to use your correct size tools. Yeah, Hayden. Hayden says one way is to get a Torque Star. Um, Hayden's from PA, I think. Too. This is cool, guys. Who's going to Woodward this year? I've been really planning it out. I text Dustin to say, hey, I want to come out for a week or two. That is for West. Rodney, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to go out to East. I really, really, really want to, but I don't have any connections over there. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'll have to take time away from work. My website is not providing me full-time income yet, but we're working on it. Maybe one day we'll just be living at Woodward. That'd be great. Rogue, are you near? Is it Toronto? Toronto? Are you near Toronto in Canada? If you are, go to Harvester. Tell them I said what's up. We're decent friends now. Sometimes Anthony pops in here and watches the live. Sean's like a Sour Patch Kid. He says, get rid of the pizza picture. It's time to go. Then he says, this is the greatest live stream I've ever witnessed. Sean, you're awesome. You're always welcome around here in these live streams. It's such a great community we got here. But Sean jacked up his ankle. Sean, what did you do? Is it on the bike? Because then he says he's going to go back to 24-inch. And space brace. Guys, what do you guys think about space brace? So we talk about space brace a lot. I don't. Here's my thing. We'll probably disagree, but I don't think Space Brace is worth it. I think they're way overpriced. Now, the only reason that I say that is because I could start my own pad company And probably not. The 2.0 was a really good idea. They did good with that. But the original ones are the exact same as like $8 to $10, no, maybe $15 ankle braces that you could get from like Dick's Sporting Goods or Best Buy, or not Best Buy, whatever. God, what is that other one? Big Five, Big Five. But so this is Space Brace, guys. The 2.0s are actually worth they're still not worth it, but they're close to worth it because I put on my ankle brace yesterday and it took me about 10 minutes to lace it up to get it on, and it's just a hassle. Whereas Chris rides the Space Brace 2.0s and they have that quick strap, and that's a game changer. You just slip it on, do, and you're good to go. But if you guys are having ankle problems, you should. Here's my take on that: you ride with an ankle brace when your ankle's messed up because you don't want to overextend it while it's healing. But once it's actually healed, I don't ride any ankle protection unless it's extra padding for tail whips, because when you do that, your ankle relies on it too much. So if you ever are out without it, or it weakens it essentially because it relies on having that brace. So that's my take on it. But check out those space braces. They are pretty expensive, very expensive, but they're BMX specific. They're doing good things for BMX, so it's okay. Oh, Blake got into a fight with a skater. He threw his board in front of me. Blake, jail no good. So that's where the jail thing came up. I like it. Yeah, that's a tough thing because I have never particularly had an issue with skaters. I like you guys know how like outgoing I am like on the live. And for the most part, I'm pretty much like that at the skate park. I don't go out of my way to talk to people, but if I see something sick, I hype them up, you know? It's like, even if it's a skate trick, it's like, dude, that's impressive. Good job. And for me, that usually like I never get any issues at the park because of it. Also, though, I think they kind of stay out of my way because I'm like a 215-pound guy on a bike going Mach 10. And it just like when I hit the skater, I was fine. You know, it definitely hurt him a lot more than it hurt me, because when I saw him twitch and I knew that he was popping in, like I was able to brace for it. And I didn't like drop my shoulder to spear him, but I braced for it. And so so I never have an issue because they're like that would literally kill me. But for you guys having issues, I think respect gets respect. And the big like I said, you know, they are in different spots, like they are way worse. You know what I mean? But in general, if you see something cool, hype them up or even talk to them. You know, they might feel threatened or whatever, but yeah, try that, Blake, so you don't get any fights. It's just the whole skate park experience is always so much better when there's none of that nonsense. Like we go to the park to get away from drama and like annoying people, so to have to encounter it at the park is like literally intolerable for me, because it's my one time to get away from all the BS of life. And so if it's there, like we have security guards now at our park, and I don't know your guys' opinion on masks. I don't really care. I wear one all day when I work, right? I work in a restaurant like all day, no matter what. That's just how it goes. But when I'm at the park, bro, I'm outside, like there's all these people around. I'm not going to wear my mask. I am absolutely no. Okay. And then these security guards, they walk around and they're like, "Oh, hey bro, put on your mask." And like you know, if you have it on, you have it around your chin, they don't care. And to me, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna put it on just to like put it around my chin. I'll be straight up with you. Like, I know you're trying to do your job, but I'm not gonna wear this. If your boss is around or whatever, you don't want to get in trouble. Like, I'll put it on for a few minutes, but that's it. And it's like, dude, I know you're trying to do your job, but like, I'm just trying to have a good time here. Please leave me alone. Oh my God. Also, my lips got like sunburned yesterday, so they're super dry, and that is very annoying. Yeah, Rodney says next year they're going to go to Woodward, bring the kids. They're doing amazing with jumping, just need some more time. I see that. So the last two summers, not 2020, but 19 and 18, I was there all summer. And you see there's a perfect spot that I think is the perfect level of riding to go to camp. And it's definitely not when you're brand new, because you need to be at the point that you have an understanding of getting air and throwing basic tricks. Because when you go to camp, you're ready to take those tricks to the next level. So, yeah, Rodney, it sounds like in a year they'll definitely be there, especially if they're jumping and stuff already. That's going to be a good time, man. Bring the Heat says, "What's up? Thanks for the bike recommendation last month. Still torn on which Nike to choose. I hope you mean bike. I hope we're not shopping for Nikes." But yeah, dude, it's tough, but here's the thing. I think you need to make a decision quick, because bikes are still selling out like crazy. Kinks are gone. And I think there's some fly out. There's some Sunday, just got a restock actually at Secret. Guys, if you guys are looking for a Sunday bike, the Secret got some in. I talked about it last pod or last live. So I'm talking about it again now if you guys are still looking. And then let's see. Yeah, yeah. So that's all, man. But make that decision pretty quick, because like I said, you're gonna have a tough time if somebody buys them all. Okay, Jeff says the half pipe is fun, but he needs to widen it by 4 feet. It's only 8 feet now. Pierce, dude, thank you so much. Vaughn, right? You, dude, I got some custom valve caps. I'm hyped. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on one sec. Let me go grab them. Okay. Juan says, "Hey, what's up, Bob? What's up, man? I guess so. My name's Douglas, but Dougsterbob. People think it's Stir. People think it's Bob. I don't know. But Pierce made me some valve caps and sent them out here. He actually followed through on it. He's like, "What kind do you want?" I said, "Dude, just surprise me." He sent like, was it four different options, and they're dope. Look, you guys won't be able to see it very good, but so this one, oh, can you see it? Okay, yeah, you can. It's like it's like a Groot, right? It's a little Groot. Awesome. And then so there's pairs. Okay, this one is a skull. I'm trying to get it like in the focus range with the lights. This is a skull. I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram with them on my bike, but I have not had a chance yet. This is a lucky cat. This one's probably my favorite for sure. The lucky cat, or the aliens. So you guys know what aliens look like. We think we know what aliens look. But dude, I really appreciate it. I bought some thank you notes yesterday. I'm gonna send you a thank you note with some stickers. So, dude, thank you again. I really appreciate it. Calix Cross says, "I'm 5'10. What size BMX am I?" And then Pierce says 20.5 or 20.75. I would say closer. That's about right. 20.75 is going to be the perfect size for you. If you want something a little more responsive and easier to maneuver, go down to a 20.5. But if you want something more flowy, more controlled to go high and go fast, go with a 21. But 20.75 would be perfect for you. Jeff, the pogo was one of the first tricks I tried to learn. I think what I would do is roll front brakes. Wait, I'm on my back pegs, both pegs. And then I jam the front brake and pop up, and then jam the back brake when I came back down, and it would pop you back into it. And then you're able to hippity hop around. Um, that's so funny. Sean says the funniest things, man. Okay, we had some really good conversation going on down here. Oh, Salvador, cool. He says, yes, it's the Shadow Cassette. I've been riding it with no issues. Just yesterday arrived replacement from Kink. They sent me the wheel that came with the Williams and they gave me the Cinema Reynolds. Um, so that's cool that they finally got back to you. But dude, it's been months. Like, if that's crazy that they would have expected you to just wait that long. You know what I mean? You buy your bike with the hopes that it lasts you multiple years before you have to buy anything, any replacements, especially like you got the Williams, which is one of the best ones, and then you had to wait that long. Like, I really Dan's, I hated on Dan's for sure because of everything they had going on in the past. But after reading that email chain and seeing that, I was like, okay, that's really good. Like that they just went ahead and hooked that up to you. And kudos to Dan's. They moved up like 14 steps in my book just because of that interaction. So we'll see how it goes. How much, Salvador, how much was the shipping from Tokyo? How much would it have been from like where they're at in Chico, California? International shipping's no joke, man. Hayden says, "Are there any metal on metal places on a bike that you don't suggest greasing?" Um, Hayden, guys, whoever, anyone who's a psycho with their bike, like help Hayden out because the way I would always work my bike is like put it together, that's it. I wouldn't touch it. Like I'd be jumping up and down on my pedals with an are trying to pry them off because they got rusted in there because I never use grease like on anything. And just recently I started. I don't think you could go wrong like with grease in most places. I mean, not your grips, obviously. And I'd kind of the only bolts I would really grease would be grease your spindles for sure. When you put your cranks on your spindles, grease that because those get seized on there and it's not fun. And I'm trying to think. No, I really can't think of anything that I would not grease, except your grips, obviously. But Jack says, "Hey all, what's up, Jax? Welcome to the live. What is your thoughts on the Fit for Fit bars?" Well, let's check it out. I've never looked. They're from Source right now. Source has them. 4Q baked, heat treated 4130 chromoly, made in the USA. Dude, these are solid. I'm not a four-piece bar fan myself, but it's just because it doesn't fit my style or anything like that. Um, the upsweep is a little bit like 3 inches. That's a little bit bigger than normal, but not too much. Um, the one thing I always stress on the four-piece bars is that they are stiffer, if that makes any sense. Like two-piece bars have one piece of metal that goes like this, and then one piece of metal that's the crossbar, where the four-piece bars have piece of metal, a piece of metal, a piece of metal. So it's a lot smaller distance between from end to end on those. So therefore, it doesn't have as much flex in it. And if you think about it, like if you were to ride a park with two piece and then immediately switch to four piece, you really could tell a difference on how the transitions absorbed. But overall, I mean, it's more of just a look thing, to be honest. Um, God damn, $85. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. But they're good, they're high quality, like they're not we were talking earlier about rant cranks break it away and these are so it goes like stock parts, it goes those lower quality like rant and salt and things like that. And then it goes these are way up here at the top quality, but very, 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 very expensive. So Juan says, anyone know what site I should buy my first bike? I am looking for a Sunday. That's funny. Juan, I just said, check out The Secret. That's Blake's local shop. The Secret they sent me an email that said they re-upped on Sunday parts. So check that out and see if they have Sunday bikes in stock. Other than that, dude, it's really hard to tell. Source is pretty good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I like Albies. I like Empire. Dan's from the Salvador story has really, really, really good customer service. Really good customer service. Although, like I said, I wasn't a huge Dan's fan. And Secret, yeah, I check out those. I just listed a million. I'm so jealous. So Sean, yo, wait, did I get money? Hey, Sean, thank you for the $5, man. Um, hold on. What I was just seeing, there's a really Blake. See you later, Blake. I hope the move goes well. Hope the riding goes well. Um, cat ones on like dude, that's so cool. The lucky cat ones are definitely my favorite, Yuri. Um, these are all sick. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, dude. I'm so hyped. You guys are all literally amazing. Pizza on the lip works. I put it on sunblock, but look at this. Isn't that crazy? I gotta start. So when I went to Planet Fitness, like in high school, I'd use the tanning, and don't tell anyone I said that because I don't anymore. But I was like, yeah, tanning, and so dumb. But oh, here's what I wanted to see. There's this really good conversation that I'm jealous of all of you guys born early enough to be in the BMX for the 80s and the 90s. And well, Ox says that the 90s sucked, but the 80s were the best. I was talking, this is funny. My mom was born in 70. Were you guys saying when you were born or when you were riding? But anyway, my mom was born in 70, and she's saying, I was telling her, I said, this is crazy. There's these guys that are getting back into the sport, and I love it because I can learn so much about BMX from them. But I was like, why are people like getting, and she's like, because when I was a teenager, BMX was cool. And I'm like, what? So my mom's telling me this, right? She's like, BMX was super cool when she was a teenager. So that would have been the 80s, right? And she's like, it was cool if you had BMX, you'd go around doing skids and stuff. And she said, so people are just getting back into it because they loved it. And now they can get back. And when she was telling me that, I thought that's the coolest thing ever. And it's really overlooked, right? Like people my age, me without you guys, I would have ignorantly thought of it that like BMX has been slowly progressing from like 2000s, right? And that's not really the case. It's kind of been going in waves if you look at it. And Sean brought that up to me, how there's always a rise and like a crash, and it's cool to think about. But you guys had you guys get two of these things. You get old school BMX, and now you're in the new school. It's so cool. Farrah Capo says, "Do you know anything about 2022 bikes?" Not yet, man. Um, as soon Kink works with me really good, and as soon as they have some info about those, I will start working on some reviews. But I am sworn to secrecy until they announce them. But I don't know thing yet. The one thing that I want to say it was it May or June last year? It was either May or June that they dropped their line for 2021. So it should be coming up really soon. And I'm excited, but I'm nervous. It's going to be my first. I'm going to take like a real professional aspect on it as to getting every piece of content that I need for this bike line up and out there for you guys so that you have as you need literally as soon as they come out. Because this one, like, it's been a year and I'm still working on the fit and fly video. I just want it like within a month to have everything done. I'm gonna have to get some homies on board and find some people who can help out, but that's where we're going. So yeah. Sugma says, Bob, where you come from, Bob? My name's Doug, but anyway, I don't know what you mean. Where do I come from? I come like I'm in the US. Is that the right answer? Cinex says, "What should I learn after bunny hop?" Guys, I'm sure there's some like Pierce says, I would practice manual and 180, but always practice bunny hop. That couldn't have said it better. You never learn anything after bunny hop. Like you should always be working on bunny hops. Even to this day, I see a picnic table, I'm like, I want to hop on that. And I do just to build that experience with it. But once you get hops dialed, you can move into so many different things. You can, like Pierce says, hop 180. You can, I'd go into fakies. I'd go into manuals. I'd go in X up rides are a new thing on flat ground. I don't like them because I can't do them. But you got the X up rides. You got the foot jam tail whips is one that a lot of people do on flat ground. Yeah, start with those five, but keep going with the bunny hops. Sugma says, Doughy Bob. You like that's a good one. So Sean usually comes up with these good nicknames, but Doughy Bob. New York. I've never been to New York. Never. It's on my list to go. My ex always wanted to go during Christmas, which would still be cool, but I think it's kind of cold, you know. Um, I don't know. It'd be cool. What would be cool about it? I would love to just go and cruise around with like a huge group of BMXers just downtown through the streets and the cars. That'd be so fun. So Jaden says I'm gonna order my first ever BMX bike. I'm going to get the 2021 Sunday Forecaster Park. I'm 5'8". Is that a good bike for me? I think I can't remember what size it is. I want to say it's 20.5, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, 20.5. Um, it'll so it'll be okay for you. I think yeah, 20.5 or 20.75. This thing is gonna already be crazy responsive though, and crazy um almost hard to control in a sense, just because it's a really responsive geometry and really responsive bike. I've got a I met a new homie yesterday in El Paso who is getting back into the sport. I think he's 30 or so, getting back into the sport, which is so amazing to see. But he's my height, he's really tall, and he's riding a Fit Park XS. He's riding the 20.00 inch Fit Park, and he's my height. And like, it's not this, you know, it's not like he already bought the bike. I'm not going to say anything about it, but you could tell in the riding that it is harder for him to to have that control. So like trying 180s out of the thing, it was just like it's really the bike doesn't fit you good, so it doesn't flow with you right. And I always stress, man, it's important. But I think the Forecaster Park will be okay for you, especially because it's your first ever bike. Farron got the We the People crisis thanks to the free BMX bike recommendation. That's awesome, man. Glad you're able to find a bike in stock. I know a lot of people are really struggling with that. And stay on these lives, man. Follow me on Instagram so I can follow you back, because like, guys, I love, my favorite thing is like I go on Instagram, I see Blake, I see Lucas, I see no, I see Lucas on YouTube. Aiden, you know, all these guys that have been here from the beginning, I can watch their progression, and it's so exciting to see. It's so fun to see. So hopefully, man, we get to see you progress on that We the People crisis. That's very exciting. Sugma says, Dobob BMX, who is your sponsor? Um, I don't think you're doing it on purpose, man. But I last year before, I had a clothing sponsor called Swifty. I still wear their stuff, but we didn't like, I don't know, a lot of the things I wanted to do with them and work together, like we definitely talked about, but nothing ever got executed. So I just kind of went and kept doing my own thing. Wore their stuff and tagged them for a year, but it wasn't as beneficial as I would have liked it to be. And so right now I do not have any sponsors except I sponsor myself. That's why I'll always tell this story if this comes up. Like I got to a point a couple years after high school. I was good for my age. I was really good in my opinion, right? We always think we're really good, but I definitely thought that I deserved to be sponsored, and it didn't happen. And the one thing you guys are going to learn throughout life is that nobody owes you nobody owes you anything. um you've got to take it and you've got to create it. And so it was kind of a weird thing to figure that out, is that like, well, okay, maybe I wasn't good enough. Okay, maybe I didn't have the right attitude, maybe I didn't know the right people, and come to terms and take responsibility about that. That's something that's really hard for a lot of people. And so with that, I said, okay, well, I'm just going to create something that gives me what full-time sponsors would do, and that also helps people out in the process. And so that's where we are. I use whatever I make from my website to build up this community and to travel more and to get to ride more and things like that. So I am my own sponsor, I guess, and that is it. Ox bought the Aaron Ross Sunday. Bro, is that the like the Aaron Ross Sunday forecaster? Is it one of his older uh God, what are those? You know, like the grape soda, the orange soda, the watermelon color ones. Do you guys remember that? That I talked about it in the last podcast, but that's the one thing that got me so hyped on Aaron Ross was all the different colored bikes. And Ox, if you got any of those, like those things are so um sought after right now. Like everyone wants those bikes. Curious Beaver says for anyone looking for a place to buy kink, they should be available on the site in a week or two. Are you talking about kink on Kink's site, or are you just talking about like on a different site? Which site? Sean, okay, so we're talking about aliens and stuff, and like me showing pizza, like I'm I'm FaceTiming someone who's not from here, explaining what pizza is, which is maybe I'll hold a crank or something. I think it's a cool picture. It's funny, and I'm really sentimental about like that's the first picture I had with this live, so it's like it means something to me. But off topic, guys, what do you guys think about aliens? So when I was getting my hair cut, the lady cutting my hair, if you guys remember a few lives ago, or months ago, the last time I got it, it's the same lady, but I went in the first time, okay, and she's all and like, dude, she's sick, right? And I'm like, bro, she's about to give me COVID. I don't like this, but I'm just sitting there getting my hair cut uncomfortably, right? So this time I go in, she's not sick. She's chilling. She takes my temperature, and it's yellow because I'm wearing a hat. So she doesn't let me get my hair cut because I have a temperature. I'm like, just scan my arm. That's what we do at work. So she scans my arm. I'm good. She cuts my hair, doesn't have COVID because she's not sniffling on me. But then we start talking about conspiracy theories and aliens, and that was a big one. So that's where I'm going with this. Um, Guys, do you guys believe in aliens? Like we got the alien valve cap. I genuinely, there has to be, right? I mean, assuming that everything we know about the universe is correct, there has to be, like, hands down, there has to be aliens. You cannot convince me otherwise, unless everything we know is like fake and made up, the world's flat, all that nonsense. I don't know. I don't know. But what do you guys think about aliens for real? Yeah, Salvador brought up a good point about Roswell being close to Las Cruces. Um, Dougie Bub Dogster. Yeah, dude, we got the number 96 Whataburger number. This is the year I was born, 1996. So I stole their number. Don't tell them. But oh, weird. There we go. It's funny, not many people can notice that. Jack's Crypto. Okay, wait. Geo says, where can I to Jack's Crypto, where can I learn about cryptocurrencies and how to invest? Oh, Jax is for Jax. If you have some wise crypto knowledge, pop it in here. Funny story. I have a friend in California that was always posting about it. And like, I don't have any money, you know. He's like, dude, buy XRP, buy as much XRP as you can. I'm like, I don't have any money. He's like, and XLM, buy XLM. Oh, and buy VET and VThor. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So anyway, like with my stimulus money, I just dumped it all into different cryptos, but it's well over doubled since I did that. So it's really crazy. I don't know though. Is it just building up this ceiling to cave in? I don't know what's going on, but it's really interesting. And some people are making like XRP, right? So it was down 50 cents down to 30 or 40 during the lawsuit. And then now it's up over $1.30 for anyone who knows anything about that. But I got to scroll back up because I'm down at the bottom. There's so many comments in here, guys. This is crazy. Yeah, so Jax, I have all of those. So I bought XRP at like 50 and then it went down to low mid 30s and I sold half because I wanted it to go lower before I bought more. And then it never got lower and now it's way up. So if I wouldn't have sold my half, it'd be worth a little bit more. But that's funny. So Jax is guys, those are some knowledge. There's some words of wisdom. But there's so many good comments. I have to read all these good comments. Even though we're at an hour, I'm having fun. Pierce says people like the video. We have 21 watching and only 17 likes, and now we got 24 likes. Good job, Pierce. You solicited those likes. I appreciate it. Ox is 49 and haven't really rode since the 1990s. Most of my kids are grown, and I'm divorced, so free time is all mine. Dude, I love that. Like, I mean, I hope everything went good with everything, but it's cool to be able like to be at that age and like still be young. You know what I mean? I get so I'm gonna be 25 and I'm like, oh my God, once I'm 25, like I just round up to 30. So I'm practically 30 in September. And at 30, like you're practically 50 if you think about it that way, because um 30s, so 25's half of 50, but 30 you round up from there on. And like, so I'm thinking about all this in a circle and I'm like, oh my God. But then I meet people like in their 30s, 40s, 50s who are literally riding at like a pro level still. And I'm like, you know what? It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. There's still time in your life to enjoy it. And the biggest thing, people in our age, like we have, God, this book I was reading said we consume like 18 full page medical report size documents each day in the amount of content that we consume. So like scrolling Instagram, Twitter, everything like that. And it's just go, 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 go all the time. So it's really important to like just think about that, is that like it's okay, you know, chill, take some time. It's all good. Dude, that is awesome. I'm glad I've seen you in the live a couple times, Ox, and I'm so glad you're here. Jack says us older guys ruled the BMX scene, except we called it freestyle. BMX was the racing, and I'm not sure when it all got lumped together under BMX. Jack, it's funny to think about this because or the racing thing, because I was just on Instagram and I saw, what's this kid's name? Kai. Kai, he's an Australian racer. I guess he had a bad crash and is like just barely getting on the bike now. So like over after 2 years of recovery, he still needs help riding the bike. But so I was watching that. I was like, dude, that's a sad story. It's like you know, there's a handful of people in the freestyle world that have had similar accidents. And so watching this, so then I started watching BMX racing crashes. Have you guys ever watched that? It's absolutely insane. Those guys are going like 1,000 miles an hour and pff, dead. You know, uh, I always think about wanting to play around with racing. Then I watch those crashes and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to do that anymore. Geo says, have you ever torn meniscus injury? If so, did you need surgery? I don't know if you're asking me or not. I have not. knock on wood, I've only like broken my finger, cut my face open, and broke some teeth. Um, Now I have a friend that ghosted us, but I'll still call him a friend. He just like moved out of nowhere. He didn't tell us, he just moved, and we're like, what? Anyway, he tore both meniscuses at one point, I think, and ACL maybe, and he did have to get surgery both times, as far as I know. So that is no good, guys. Your knees, like, don't mess around with the knees. Yuri, yeah, my phone is charging right now, but I will definitely check it out when I pop off the live, dude. I'm hyped to see it. Judah says suggestions on budget pegs, and pegs always come up. The best pegs, guys, are the ones you get for free because pegs are a ripoff. I don't this that I go on this rant every time, but I just don't think that pegs should be worth $20 a peg. Okay, they have plastic sleeves, like maybe I'm uneducated, maybe something makes them worth that much, but I just don't think so. I think that we're getting finessed and that pegs should be like $10 at the most. So yeah, I don't know, man. Whatever pegs you can find. I've never bought pegs because like if I ride pegs, it's because someone gave them to me and I just wanted to play around with them for a little bit. Oh, look, Barrick, speaking of the guy that gives me pegs, Barrick says plastic or metal. Barrick, you're a good addition to the community. Everyone say hello to Barrick. We are gonna get Barrick doing podcasting with me, hopefully. Um, Jamal says, "What pads do you use?" I ride Fuse Alpha shin pads and Fuse Alpha knee pads. I'm gonna order eventually Fuse Delta knee shin combos because what I think happens, I like I said, I ride the knee pad and the shin guard, and the knee pad moves a lot. So I have these really nasty cuts on my knee from crashing, and like the knee pad saves my knee from the impact, but the way it skids on my skin like rips it open, and I am not particularly a fan of that. So I'm definitely going to try the combos where they're pieced together and see if that stops from happening. I don't know if that's going to stop, but we'll see. We'll see. Farah says, I will hit up your socials. Been out of the game for 6 years. Just found your website, then your channel. Dude, so hyped to see you back in the sport. BMX together, we are making BMX better. Let's go. All right. Jack says, check out Modern Investor on YouTube. Jax, do you watch The Unbearable Bull? This friend told me to watch him. I literally cannot stand him. I watched a few videos and I can't stand him. But do you watch Unbearable Bull? Salvador, we're gonna work on some shirt designs eventually, but right now that is not one of my uh focuses. I don't know. I think once I build the community up to around 10K, I'll start moving in the merch sticker world. But I'm still working on stickers for you guys. I just have a hard time to get them at a fair price. You have to order a crazy amount, and I'm not ready to do that yet. So we're working on it slowly but surely. But dude, I appreciate the support. Just guys, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to give me anything. Just hang out on the lives, tell a friend that if your friend's looking at BMX, tell your friend to check out the content, and that's it. That's it. Everything's free for the most part. BMX JT says, would the Fly electric BMX bike be good? And my quick answer for you, man, is no, just because anything under the proton. So it goes like I think the electron, the neutron, then the proton, the omega, the scion, all those. But the or the proton, I think, are overpriced for what you're actually getting. I think if you can afford it, jump up to the proton or just look around for something else in general. I really think those other bikes are overpriced and you're not getting very much bang for your buck. All right. So Sean says UFO Jesus on YouTube is my personal savior. Kick Coolio says aliens and people are aliens ugly. What? But Bobby Hill does not believe in aliens, and that's interesting. It's so interesting to think about the two different aspects because either way, it's like who's right, who's wrong. Nobody actually knows because it's kind of just like an opinion thing built up. But Judah says, I think for sure, but the more controversial one is ghosts. Judah, this is really interesting because the common misconception is that you have to be religious to believe in ghosts, right? Is that true or no? Ghosts are really interesting because I don't know. I've never really had a crazy experience, but I've heard like my parents specifically have told me some crazy experiences in Bisbee, Arizona. There's some haunted hotels. They stayed in one and like some weird stuff was going on. So it's so weird to think about it. And and BMX or just like our hobbies are such a small, minute thing to the whole world. But Jack says lizard people around the country. That's fun to talk about and think about. Little off topic, but yeah, I was curious. I was very curious. Pentagon Navy videos. Jax can't stand the unbearable bull. um, that's funny. Yeah, Victor the ghost owes Barrick a tube. Um, let's see. All right, guys. I think I'm just about catching up to those comments, which is a good time for me to hop off here and go to bed. I'm very tired. But is there any last minute questions you guys want to throw in there and get them answered? I think I got everyone, but if I missed any, let me know. Um, let's see. Chad turned 31, picked up BMX after 14 years off. Dude, I'm glad that I was able to help you out. But the most important thing, man, is getting into that sport. And you are there. You just picked up the bike, and now you're part of the community. So same with Jax. Jax, I'm glad I could help you get back into here, man, or back into BMX. Guys, I always go on this rant, but like this channel is nothing without you guys. You guys play a crucial role into my mission of actually growing the sport. So I really am thankful for every one of you in here. I'm gonna look last second if there's any last minute questions, but if there's not, I really can't wait to see you guys next. Guys, do you like this live better? Because right now, if I get like 3 yeses, I'm just gonna keep doing this one and start working on Friday so I can make more money or serving at least. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just do this one or should I keep doing two? Because I'll make it work. Juan says please answer mine, but let me know, okay? Juan says please answer mine. One pop in your question again, man. I do not see it. I think the lizard people took your question out. One. Dirt Racer. I never had credit. Like I'm 25. I still barely have credit. But the reason I wanted to start building credit was to get into real estate because it seems like that's more of a reliable thing, more stable. Um Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's good that you're into that though. Like you said, crypto is very scary. Like one day I'll wake up, I'll be like, oh, cool, I made $500. Then I'm like, I wake up, I lost $300. Then I'm sad for the rest of the day. All right, Juan, did you pop in your question yet? Juan, I'm not going to be able to answer your question. Okay, all right, Juan. Next live, you're gonna have to pop in that question because I don't have it, man. Oh, Juan, it is not here. Like, I see Juan say, "Please answer me." Jack says, "Love the live streams." Curious Beaver says, "Work Fridays," And then Juan says, yes, I just did. Um, yeah, dude. I don't know what's going. Message me on Instagram or something, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. We will see you next Friday or Sunday. I'm gonna post a new video tonight, or no, I'll do it tomorrow morning. Actually, new video tomorrow morning because I forgot on Friday. And yeah, Juan, just message me. But happy Sunday, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being a part of the community.